I put together this video to show you exactly how to take your mind and shift it so that you can have better success in finding that special someone. So stick around and get a pen. You're going to want to write these things down. And if you don't have time right now to write them down, that's okay. I will include a link down in the description below so you can download a worksheet that will help you organize your thoughts a little bit later. When you've entered into a relationship with people who were not really ready to be in a relationship, it was oftentimes you that ended up suffering because they were not ready. So here are all the things that you need to consider. First off, you need to be more self-aware. And you have to be very honest with yourself if this is going to work. You can fool the world, ladies, but you can't fool that lady in the mirror. So I ask you, what are all the things that make you difficult to date? And what are some of the things that people that you've dated in the past said about what it's like to be in a relationship with you? Now that you have that list and those things in mind, are those things that you can work on? If yes, fantastic, get started. If no, and those things are just part of your personality, then you probably need to find someone who can accept the things about you that are difficult. What are some valuable things that you bring to a relationship, and how can somebody else benefit from being with you? Are you someone who gives yourself freely? Or do you hold back details of your personality and who you are until you trust somebody? Well, here's one secret I'm going to let you in on, ladies. Trust is built within those first 90 days that you're dating. So you can't wait to reveal everything about yourself until day 90. What you'll find out is the person that they are instantly attracted to all up until that 90th day is not even who you are. So now, here we are on day 90 and you exposing all your feelings and emotions and this, that, and the other, and they ain't even trying to deal with you. You know why? Because they didn't know what they was getting into in the beginning. So show who you are, not what you think they want you to be. Now obviously, you're not going to talk about every single detail, but you can talk about how you feel. Now we're talking about feelings, so how you feel about life, how you feel about love, the things that you value. The majority of your date should not consist about you talking about everything in your past that went wrong, and every person that you dated, and every way that you've been hurt or deceived or mistreated or whatever have you. Because you don't want to bond with this man over your baggage. Secondly, I want you to consider, what are your top 3 values? Those personal beliefs that guide you in your life. Do you know what those are? Well, the easiest way to figure out what you really value in your life is to ask yourself, what do you spend your time and your money and your resources on? Those things that you spend your time, your money, and your resources on, those are the things that you value. And those things won't change in 10, 25 years. They'll be exactly the same. Values are something that no matter how much money somebody offers you, you won't change those values. So for me, family is important, and I'm not going to change that value. Number 3, how do you receive and express love? Now, I'm going to give you a worksheet that is developed especially for you. Okay. How do you receive and express love? You need to look at love languages, and I want you to ask yourself 2 questions. Why do you have the kind of love languages that you have and are important to you? And the second question is, in your past relationships that were unsuccessful completely, was it because you didn't receive love the way that you needed to receive it? Based on your love languages? For those of you who are unfamiliar with love languages, I've included a link in the description that will give you a better understanding of what love languages are. Next thing, I want you to write down times you felt like you weren't loved at all and what was going on during those times. And secondly, I want you to write down when you felt most loved and what was going on during those times. Now, number 4, Do you place more importance on your needs or your wants? Because there's a distinct difference between the two. Wants are very surface level. So if you're looking at wants are important to you, you're concerned about how high, how tall they are, how they dress, what he does for a living, is he well traveled. Now your needs, they're not surface level. They're based on things that you structure your life upon and your core values. So when we speak about needs, we're talking about things like faith, attentiveness. Are they responsible? Are they responsive? Are they caring? Those kinds of things. So to determine what your needs are, ask yourself, when you're with someone, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel safe? Do you want to feel loved? Do you want to feel cared for? Number 5, have you created an emotional and physical space for someone to even be in your life? You better look at your calendar, girl. So look at your calendar. Do you physically have the time for someone in your life? If not, you either need to rearrange your calendar or take some time. And lastly, are you still angry from anything that's happened in your past? Because if you are, you don't have the emotional space to be in a relationship until you've taken that time to heal. The reason I ask you to look at yourself and how you function in relationships before is because it's crucial to look backward before you can look forward. People usually end up on dating apps because they're lonely, which automatically sets you up for failure. You should be going on a dating app because you're ready, not because you're lonely. What things do you need to do differently when it comes to choosing a partner? First off, pay attention to his love language and ask yourself, does the way that he shows love match the way that you need to receive love? Because if those things don't match, this relationship's not going to work. You'll know something about his love language in a practical way when you're on a date. For example, if his love language is acts of service, he'll constantly check in on whether or not you're okay. Do you have enough water? Are you cold? Do you need anything? Is that a good match for you? Or do you need someone that would come in with flowers because your love language is gifts? You enjoy gifts. That's how people show you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing. I wish you the very best in your pursuit of love, and I'll see you next Thursday.